So I just was hanging out downtown Seattle, and my goodness, it's a glorious day. It is fantastic outside. Okay, I just arrived at Microsoft. I'm a little bit early, so I'm gonna go get some B-roll. So, not sure why I did that. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm here with Steve. In fact, let me just introduce you right now. Let's just put this here, get it set up. We're both from New Zealand.
We are. Yeah, that was a happy coincidence.
I know, right? Did you ever learn the haka?
I did learn the haka, although I have to say I haven't learned the new haka. Have you learned the new haka
I have not
yet?
learned the new haka.
That's something I need to do. It's a goal of mine while I'm back in New Zealand.
So the reason why I wanted to chat with you today is we do something that's kind of similar, right? We help our clients or customers evolve their thinking into something else. And so what I kind of wanted was your opinion, your thoughts on how you help customers really kind of evolve their thinking from a product perspective.
Yeah, so like you said, as part of the Services Technology Office at Microsoft here, we constantly look for opportunities to unlock innovation with our customers. And often people think innovation happens magically, right? That some customer maybe even comes to us saying, I've got this innovative idea, can you help us with it? For us, we start the journey and actually we're building a capability as an organization around a method of design. And that method for us actually is one of the keys to unlocking innovation because it addresses three things. The first thing is that we all as individuals, as humans, not even talking about companies, have biases. Mm-hmm. We have perspectives, background, history, experiences, even being Kiwis, that give us a point of view on the world. But those biases also naturally exclude others. They naturally give us blinders to the opportunities that are around us where innovation lies. Because innovation rarely lies right in front of us, it lies on the fringes of our expectations. So that's the first thing. The second thing that it does is it actually looks at diversity as an inspiration for innovation. So where can I find those situations where I can actually gather diverse perspectives? Where I can bring together people who maybe are not even in this customer's industry, who may be customers of this customer or maybe customers of a competitor of this customer, and actually use those diverse experiences to unlock that innovation. And then
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, the third key piece then is to find subject matter experts in that diversity or that exclusion. Mm-hmm. So a place that we often look is actually in areas where, as humans, our abilities are limited. For example, if I wanted to design a cell phone for the world of autonomous vehicles, how would I think about that? Or even, what if I wanted to design a cell phone for the world in cars today? Where would I seek inspiration? Where would I find someone who knows what it's like to be in a car using a cell phone? Well, we're all in cars using cell phones, but cell phones aren't designed well for that. So maybe I'd find someone who's visually impaired, someone who's blind.
Interesting.
Because we're all blind to cell phones when we're in our car.
It's very
so
cool.
The way that people who are visually impaired use their phones are very analogous to how we need to use our phones. Visually impaired people are overcoming obstacles around touch screens, around interfaces, that we could learn from and then design new technologies that would unlock innovation.
So how do you get a customer to get to that point where they're actually willing to take that step into the darkness and say, I don't know what I'm doing, but I trust that you do?
Yeah. So much of that first comes to inspiring them, right? So we have to create a vision. Often for Microsoft, that's out of technology, right? We show them something really cool, something that expands their imagination, like HoloLens, right? And we'll tell them, imagine if you could change the way that you visualize a car by putting on a holographic computer and seeing the car that you're thinking about buying in your garage, or seeing that car that you're thinking about buying in your driveway.
Gotcha.
And so we actually take them on an experience that inspires them about what could be. And then we pull them back and seek that diversity and say, well, before we just go and build something, let's think about actually what's needed. Let's go on that journey and actually discover that innovation through those workshops.
That's fantastic, man. How have you, in your career, for you specifically, what has it been like as you've realize that you have a talent, you have a skill that allows people to do what you just talked about?
Yeah, I will say I don't think I always had a talent and skill for this. It's something that I've learned, and when I say that, what I mean is when I started my career with Microsoft, and I've been here close to 15 years now, I went really deep on technology. I was one of the leading experts in New Zealand and in the region when it came to messaging and communications protocols. I was building email systems and helping our customers deploy.
So it's your
voice
fault that
systems.
we're also addicted to email.
Exactly. So that's where I started, and I learned how to be really deep on technology.
Okay.
And then when I actually moved to Redmond here, I took on a different role, much more programmatic at that point. And what, for me, I think the capability that served me well as I started to transition was the curiosity and desire to learn. Because I think the first trap we fall into as individuals is becoming experts at what we do. And the moment we're an expert, we kind of stop learning and we start teaching. And one of the keys is constantly looking for that inspiration. The second thing then I'd say is learn to tell stories.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in storytelling. We actually were referring to it the other day as to a client is what is the narrative that you want to tell?
Right.
We've created a strategy for you, and then we're going to follow that strategy with a narrative that we can always check against.
And that's why we're working with you guys, right? Is because we, even as a team, need to build a muscle of telling the stories. Because stories inspire people.
Yeah.
Stories show people what's possible when maybe they don't believe it's possible, right? Stories kind of give that vision for the future that then unlocks that innovation, right? And then the third piece is that capability I was talking about of building a design muscle.
Yeah.
You know, my background actually is I'm an architect by
Oh,
trade.
really?
I studied physical architecture,
Really?
buildings
That's
and
cool.
construction, and one of the things I learned in the architect world is design, right? And the method of design. I learned that designing systems, whether they're technology or business or physical systems, is not just some people are gifted and some people aren't. That is partly true, but there's a method to be learned on actually using curiosity, using observation, using some of those skills to build that. So for me, those would be the three things. It's really about that curiosity, that storytelling, and then learning some tools around design and how that can help unlock.
That's awesome, man. I could honestly talk to you all day.
I'm sure we could.
But we just finished shooting some stuff with Steve, and he was a fantastic actor. You're made for the screen. Thank you so much for taking some time. You're taking some time off, heading back to New Zealand for a little while. That's fantastic. All the best, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for the great partnership and the great work you guys.
No, it's all good. We'll keep charging. We'll get your neighbor across the hallway there on the film there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so we just finished shooting with Steve. How do you think it went?
I think it went really well. Super cool program. He's a brilliant guy.
We're just heading back now. We've got to send this off to Lincoln to get edited. But yeah, really, really fun.
Too much good content.
So today has been a good day. Had some time with Steve, which you've just seen, shooting the video with him and seeing his co-workers get engaged and see the potential of the video format. I mean, that's really why we're doing this. I love the fact that when we get out of our shells and we start sharing a little bit about ourselves, that things come to life. It's helping our clients and customers see the vision of what good storytelling can really bring to the table. Instead of putting it onto a PowerPoint or into an email, which is not bad, let's try and put it in some video and let people hear it from our mouths, not just read it in their minds. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.